Magic versus LOR. I've been playing Magic since 2013, and I've been playing LOR since the release. I got into the beta, and I've been playing it ever since. So I have a good working knowledge of both games. And so that's why I'm going to say this, and I'm going to explain why I believe Magic the Gathering is vastly better than LOR right now. However, I don't think Magic can get better, but I think LOR can vastly improve. So let me just discuss 3 reasons why, right? First, it's because of story. Some people might say, like, Legends of Runeterra has a great story because it's just straight out of, like, League of Legends, right? And all of this. But my argument to that is, like, it's like the database of lore, right? I feel like there is nothing going on in LOR. Like, you play LOR and you're just getting all these champions that you've played with in League of Legends for years, and it's like, and you get all these little tidbits, like, oh, look, like, these weird serpent creatures in Shadow Isles, and look, all these Yordles, like, crazy. It's just not compelling, right? But if you look at Magic the Gathering stories, like, man, you have the War of the Spark, you have Theros Godsend, story of literally, hold up, let's go back to, like, the OG. Let's go back to the OG, man. Oh my gosh, I'm showing my age. Oh, never mind. It doesn't even go that far. Okay, never mind. Take it back. You have Theros Godsend. Such a cool story. One of my favorite to talk about because it's based in Greek myth, right? You have the hero, takes down this false god because he killed her husband or something, and then her patron god, so i.e. Zeus, in this made up scenario I'm making up, like, kills her, and then she goes to the underworld, comes back, and then kills that man or punishes him, whatever, and now she's back alive. And that's freaking awesome storytelling, right? All through a card game. And that is just one of all of these sets, which is just crazy to me. Just comparing the two, just how interesting Magic's story is, because there's so many different things going on, and I feel like Legends of Runeterra just don't tell enough stories. They don't give us too much to, like, chew on, to explore. We're just seeing context to the world, and I feel like at some point they have to go further than that. And I think that's something that they need to start doing because they have a good foundation. So they just need to improve on that. Second, it's game modes. Magic the Gathering has some of the best game modes ever. You have Standard, but it's not even the first game mode. The first game mode's Commander. 100 cards, singleton. You have Standard, that's at least 60, one-on-one. Then you have Draft, which is like everyone opens a pack, take one card, pass it around. And then they just have these other ones. Oh, they also have all these over here. Like, you have Booster Draft, Pioneer. I don't know what Pioneer is. You have Modern, which is you have less restriction on sets you can use. Sealed, which is just you get a bunch of packs and you can only use what's in there. And, you know, all of the other cards in between, right? Or all the other game modes after that. Including Expedition, which just left the game a few weeks ago in LOR. LOR has 3 game modes. Path to Champions, one-on-one PvP, Expedition. Now, I'm not going to count all of these, but if we count the 3 that they had, there they are, and then look at all the other game modes that, you know, that Magic just beats them on, right? I'm not saying they need this many. Like, this is just insane. And a lot of this is community made. But maybe that's what needs to happen, is maybe they need to start bringing in community people to start making game modes, start experimenting. But they only have 2 that people can play right now, and they're focusing on PvP. So I think the best way to focus on PvP is making different game modes so you can have people experiment with your game alongside you and give you feedback and give you other ideas on how to improve the game, instead of just saying, we're going to focus on ranked, we're going to make the cards good, we're going to make better. Like, I'm not saying you need to focus on solely ranked, but you should definitely start putting in more PvP options, because I feel this game was made to be a PvP TCG. So focus on that, right? But moving on to the last point, and it's just PvP. They shift their focus. I already made a video talking about all of that and just ranting for 15 minutes. But when you play Magic PvP, once people start playing, right, and even some beginner level people where they've only played for like a week to a month, it's just fun to play. There's a lot of fun interactions and just a lot of cool things and different game modes you can play in PvP. And I think that's what LOR is missing, is that core element of PvP. Like, obviously, I just talked about game modes, and I think game modes makes the game more... you just have a wider range of fun to have, because you have so many people in Magic that only play Commander, who only play Modern. And then there are people like my personal favorite is like Draft, Sealed. Those are my favorite game modes on top of Commander, just because these formats are just so much more like thinking on your feet, and Commander is a lot of just what kind of craziness can you do. And Standard and Modern are just super competitive, but they're also kind of restricting in that other way. And some people like that, right? And LOR just doesn't have that. I don't think LOR is restrictive. I think it's actually just barren almost. It feels like there's so much more that can be going on in PvP. I feel like the strength of cards, maybe the interaction with cards, I feel like there's so much more that can be there. And I feel like they're just missing out. And I've always felt like that since the game got into beta release and I started playing. And I thought it would improve, but it just feels like everything's just missing a few pieces, like one or two cards to pick that deck up or pick that champion up to the next level of fun and being a little bit more complex, right? And maybe LR is not trying to be complex, but to compete with Magic, to compete with Hearthstone, you need that. And hopefully they start to bring that in with their new focus and their balance changes and whatever they're doing. Because my biggest fear with LOR moving forward is that they're going to get the TFT treatment where it's just a bunch of BS. And then there's one nugget of great innovation, and then it's just a bunch of BS. Right? And I'm hoping things improve, because I think LOR needs to look at League of Legends and focus on what they're doing and not focus on Valorant or TFT. Because I think what League of Legends does really well, that none of their other games do great, is that they have all these champions. And they're still making crazy champions that do crazy stuff. And I think that's what LOR needs to do, is start bringing in these hard-hitting cards that can bring a lot of these dormant champions, some of these cards that no one plays, and bring them up to be playable. Like, even if it's at like a mid-level play, like I'm talking like Plat, Diamond, whatever, that would be great. Because the pros, it's a whole different world there. And I think they should add cards for everyone, but maybe balance more towards pro. Maybe that's a good ideology. I'm just kind of thinking out loud right now. But at the end of the day, that's the reasons why Magic is better than LOR. Leave a comment down below telling me what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Did I miss something? Is there more to it than what I'm putting out there? But until next time, catch you guys later. Peace.